What is going on, everybody? We are setting up the live stream so we can rant about this Sixers loss. Ugh. Oh, I mean, unacceptable. Unacceptable the way that played out. You watched Blake Griffin go off all night, and you're going to allow that? I mean, seriously, you're going to allow that to happen? Oh, come on, man. Come on. I don't know if Embiid's embarrassing himself out there. I don't think he had a brutal game, but I mean, that defensive last stand between him and Amir was bad, but he was firing all night long. He was firing all night long. Yeah, what's going on?
Hello?
What's up?
Are you guys from YouTube?
Yeah.
Am I on your thing right now?
You are on my thing right now.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Well, follow me on Instagram and suck a dick, bitch.
All right. So how do we feel about this loss, fellas? Make sure you call in and let me know how you feel about this brutal breakdown. I mean, I don't understand how you can let that happen. What's going on?
Hey, am I in too?
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. I called last live stream.
Yeah, what did you think about the game?
It was alright.
Yeah? I thought it was devastating.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the Blake Griffin one.
Yeah, that was... I don't understand the breakdown. I mean, how did we break that down like that?
I don't know. Embiid has to block more shots.
Embiid had 3 blocks today, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah.
Ben Simmons not playing there. It was just... I don't know. It was just... It was a winnable game. That's the thing that pissed me off the most. And Markelle Fultz had a great game, and Brett Brown decides to not play him.
Yeah. It was only 1-point game.
Yeah, I know. We should have definitely dominated them. But thank you so much for the call. What's Brett Brown's deal right now with Markelle Fultz? Do you like it? I mean, I thought Markelle had a great game. I really did. What's going on? I thought Markelle Fultz had a great game. So for Brett Brown to decide to not play him more than 21 minutes when there's a game without Ben Simmons, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. What's going on?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Yeah, can I talk about Embiid's conduct on the floor real quick?
Yes, you can.
I was just wondering what your opinion is. I thought he acted really unprofessional, and I think if you're going to trash talk like that, you should back it up and not let another guy score 50 points on you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, he definitely trash talks. That's one of the things that we love him for here in Philadelphia. And he was hot at one point in this game. He was knocking down jumpers, step back jumpers. He was definitely successful tonight, I think, but he had one bad breakdown late, and it wasn't all him for 50, though, because you got to think at one point he was in foul trouble early, and Amir Johnson and Dario was on Blake Griffin, so it wasn't all Embiid, but I mean, I think he took more control, Blake Griffin that is, when Dario was on him, and a little bit of Amir Johnson. But I'd understand, like, he comes out aggressive, Joel Embiid does.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I'm not a Sixers fan. It's just a little bit annoying for me to watch.
May I ask what type of fan you are, or no?
Rockets.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just asking. I thought maybe if you were a Pistons fan, it would be a little bit more biased at the time. But no, I mean, I get it. I understand why people would dislike it, and obviously, as a Philadelphia fan, I embrace it and love it because that's just kind of what you do. You rally behind your players. But I see why it's frustrating. But I mean, all around, he had a good game tonight. He had a bad breakdown late, and if he is going to talk that smack like he did all day, he's got to back it up at the end of the day.
All right, that's it, man. Thank you for taking the call.
No problem, man. Thank you so much. All right, we got an Embiid hater. I wouldn't say hater, but I get it. I get the frustration. Yeah, Dario and Amir was struggling to defend Blake Griffin without a doubt tonight. Sorry if I keep looking over. I have the World Series game going on my iPad right here. What's going on? Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
What's up, bros?
Yeah, what's up, man?
That game, it was a heartbreaking loss coming off of the Eagles loss and the Flyers loss. But I feel like I think Embiid, he did talk a lot of crap, but I feel like he did kind of back it up. He did have a double-double.
Yeah, he balled out tonight. At one point, he was killing it. He was on fire. But let's be real, that was a bad defensive breakdown at the end between him and Amir.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I also feel like.
Yeah, go ahead.
What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I also feel. I think I'm just taking a guess here, but I think something might be wrong with Markel that we don't know, because there is no other reason why they only let him play 21 minutes and did not let him get back in.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think it's a comfort thing, and Brett Brown's out there to win basketball games now, and he just has that much more trust in TJ McConnell than he does in Markel Fultz. I actually believe that is the problem. I don't think there's anything wrong with Markel. He looked great tonight. But I think he just awesome, doesn't trust him late in games for some reason. He doesn't trust him. And if there's one reason why, it might be I saw a couple times he struggled with coming off of the screen defensively. He kept getting lost going over and under. Maybe it's a defensive thing. I don't know. But I just think it's a comfort thing. And he's trying to get wins at this point. And he feels more comfortable getting wins with TJ.
Exactly. But the thing about that is, TJ... This is going to be biased, but TJ isn't our big three. We can't go, and we're not going into the future with TJ, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. We're going into the future with Markel, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid, which is why I feel like he needs to hurry up and get this confidence in him now. No, that's our future.
I agree with you 100%. I think it'll come. I mean, he definitely displayed a good game tonight. TJ is an answer for the bench, like a later bench guy without a doubt, but I don't know, right now there's just something with Brett Brown, I guess, trying to get some wins, and he is all on board with TJ. But thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, bros.
Have a good one. Yeah, man. I'm a little frustrated with the TJ Markel Fultz saga right now. I mean, Brett Brown is fully on board with TJ McConnell late to try and get wins. And listen, I mean, TJ, I said this in my recap video, but TJ's playing good enough to defend Brett Brown's decision at the end of the day, whether we like it or not. He's playing good enough. So what are we supposed to do? It would be different if TJ was stinking it up. Then we'd have to sit back and say, what the hell is Brett Brown doing? I don't know. We have a back-to-back, so we have a chance to step up tomorrow and get a win. Will Ben Simmons play? I don't know. He didn't take any sort of pregame shoot-around today. Something scares me, and I feel like maybe it's worse than we think, but that could just me feeling Negadelphia right now. I've been on a rampage on Twitter with Negadelphia. Big time. Big time. The line is open at 856-442-9805 if you want to get in. But yeah, let me get some calls tonight. I want to hear your thoughts on this Sixers game. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, Brodes, man.
What's up?
As devastating a loss as this was, I really think we got to take a step back. This is going to be a long season. The Eastern Conference is weak, and right now we're a defensive breakdown from being 3-1 against it, and their only loss going to a team that people say could take down Golden State.
Yeah, I mean, it's an 82-game season, so even a loss like this is going to happen, and it's a roller coaster of emotions throughout a longer season like this compared to the Eagles. But I mean, it's frustrating when you have it and you had the win right there after that J.J. Redick. And this game was literally an emotional roller coaster with the flip-flops, and that's just why. We're coming off of it within 5-10 minutes ago, so it just feels a little bit strong right now. But, yeah, I hated Blake Griffin's face. It was a hate the face night for me tonight. And, like, this guy doesn't hit a free throw all night long, and then he wants to hit the game-winning one? My ass, dude. God.
Yeah, man. And, you know, I hate to take too much of the time, but, like, man, Fultz had a good game. McConnell played well. We know what we're getting out of Redick and Bede and Simmons when he comes back. You know, I really think we're in a good spot right now. And at this stage of the season, we just need to focus on getting better. And so by the time that it really counts, we're ready to beat Boston.
Yeah, no doubt. And I actually thought Fultz looked really good today. And I mean, it's the hottest discussion right now is why is Fultz only playing 21 minutes when Ben Simmons is not available? Why is TJ getting so many minutes late? And at the one token, I understand why, because TJ's been backing up Brett Brown's decision because he hasn't been playing bad, and he's hitting those little mid-range jumpers he's been working on. But I don't know. Fultz is our future guy that we're wanting, so I see both sides of it.
Totally with you, man. All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the talk.
Yep, absolutely. Have a good one. All right, we get a little optimism. We're getting a little optimism here. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Yeah, I want to discuss the Sixers fucking right in the pussy.
Well, good thing I can block all these numbers, so that's good. I figured I'd get some trolls in the beginning with this. But, yeah, no, I'm interested to see how this Fultz situation continues to play out, because he needs to be the guy. Eventually, he needs to be the one that continues to play and get these minutes and log in more time over TJ McConnell. I mean, he is the answer. He's the one that's supposed to be part of the big three that takes us to the next level. And whether it's a comfort thing, whether he needs to keep showing Brett Brown that he can do this, I thought he had a good night tonight. He was taking it to the rack. He had a nice block. I think maybe defensively he can get better, but it's only going to happen if he continues to play. 21 minutes without Ben Simmons on the floor is a little low for me. Is a little bit, I don't know. It's just a little bit low for my understanding and my liking. I just don't like it. Now let me see here, because I can totally block these numbers. Yes, I can. Bang. Cool. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
I think having Ben Simmons out the lineup today was a big part about our loss.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a legitimate triple-double threat every single time he gets on the floor. But with that being said, is we were really close and realistically should have won this game, and Fultz stepped up and played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I'm also happy about how J.J. Redick stepped up tonight.
Oh, without a doubt. He has been a leader the last few games.
Agreed.
Although, with that big shot that he had for the 4-point play, he also missed a pretty crucial free throw there that would have put us up 3 late in this game off that technical where Andre Drummond got kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to criticize him. He's a 90% free throw shooter. But that was a big miss.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be okay at the end of the day. It's just an emotional loss considering we had it, and one defensive breakdown is, and plus watching someone drop 50 on us didn't feel too good either.
Yeah.
So, we'll be all right, though. We play again tomorrow night. What do you think? You think we can bounce back?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Cool. That's what I love to hear. All right, man. Thanks for the phone call.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, the optimism, the back-to-back. How do we feel about the game against Milwaukee? The lines are open. 856-442-9805. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
You still in Buffalo fucking phone, bitch?
All righty. This kid keeps calling in, so let's figure it out. Another block number for the fellas. Yeah, I mean, I figured that would happen, but I thought this would be cool to be able to open up the phone lines for for people who actually want to call in. Yeah, I just without Zaire Smith as well, I'm interested to see what he brings. We saw Mike Muscala. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Yeah, what's up, Brodes?
What's happening, man?
Yeah, I'm Beetlejuice. I'm always in the chat.
Oh yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah. I was just saying, after the next game, I'm getting really annoyed by, Coach Brown's, if we're going to start Fultz at this point, it's almost like, we're wasting time here because it's like you should just throw him out, see what he's got. If he doesn't have it, so be it, move on. But I'm just, I don't get it. TJ's great, but TJ's not a starting point guard in the NBA, and I think we all know that.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, and Fultz is showing that he has it. Like, his athleticism, he's got it. I mean, it was a mental fluky thing that went on, but he's showing us signs. It's not like he's full bust mode. It looks like this kid can actually play. He just needs to get comfortable and keep going out there and keep playing. And with Ben Simmons off the floor, it's a no-brainer that this guy has a chance to play more than 21 minutes. But at the same time, we're trying to win basketball games now, and Brett Brown wants to put us in a position to win as many games as we can. And he trusts TJ more than Fultz right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on all that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Fultz. I want to see him more, but I understand both sides. It's tearing me apart. I think he deserves more than 21 minutes, though, especially because we went with that Landry Shamet start, which didn't work at all, and I'm just curious if maybe, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say Fultz should steal those minutes because we didn't know Shamet would be this bad tonight.
I just think tonight was a perfect opportunity to send him out, to see what the kid got. And, we ended up losing anyway. So What's the point? You might as well just see what he's, developing. But the only other thing before I go is, Robert Covington consistently makes all these mistakes mentally and cost us games. And I remember the Houston game last year where he boosted up a 3 clock. And, I think Covington's overrated defensively.
Yep, absolutely. His numbers are flawed.
Yeah. I think, if you're going to keep him. But, we got to get a wing. We got to trade for a wing, eventually at some point in this season because it's just not going to help, Boston and other teams.
Yeah, no, me and my buddy always talk about it, and we just wish Robert Covington was a bench. He would be a perfect 7th man coming off the bench. Like, he would be a great defensive coming off the bench player.
Yeah, and I mean, he gets a lot of hate, but and I think some of it's unwarranted, but it gets to a point where I think we're all just, really annoyed and frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, man, I agree with Robert Covington. There were a couple times that he was just all over the place defensively tonight. He was falling for pump fakes. He got torched on the baseline side late, whether it was regular time or overtime, I forget. But the game was on the line at that point. You want your best defender to step up, right? He's so hit or miss with me, Robert Covington. He's so hit or miss with me. I just can't believe we lost this game. I can't believe I had to sit there and watch 50 points get put up on us and then have a defensive breakdown to lose the game. It's sickening. It's sickening. What are you going to do? I mean, what can you possibly do? The phone lines are open, 856-442-9805. I would love for you to call in. I'm fed up on so many different levels with this loss, let alone the breakdown defensively, but I can't get over Markelle Fultz and his playing time and how good he actually played tonight and Ben Simmons being out. I can't get over it, but at the same time, I try and defend it because TJ McConnell actually played well and is defending Brett Brown's decision, so I'm torn. I'm actually torn on the decision by Brett because it's time now to win games. It's time now to win basketball games. I agree with the Robert Covington thing, though. I mean, the stats are flawed. He's not a good one-on-one defender. He's a good team defender. He's got quick hands. He's not a good, legitimate one-on-one defender. I actually believe that I'm better. I swear to you, I'm better. I'll take more charges any day of the week. I would take more charges any day of the week. The good thing is we don't have too much time to sleep on it. bang, tomorrow night we're in Milwaukee, and I believe, is it a 9 o'clocker? Yeah, Blake Griffin did create a jump shot. He was nailing down threes, and there were actually opportunities that just rattled around the rim real hard, and he could have actually dropped them. He was a beast tonight. We had no answers. Dario, Amir, Joel, they struggled. Andre Drummond was throwing up shots left and right. I don't know what he was doing. He was throwing up shots left and right. He ended up getting kicked out on that technical foul. But I kind of broke this down a little bit. Yeah, we're on ESPN tomorrow night. I kind of broke this down a little bit. And I wanted to look at Ersan's better than Roca. Well, last year we had both. I wanted to take a look at, I keep losing my train of thought, this game and how it played out, and the late minutes. I mean, we had chances. J.J. Redick missed a chance to hit a free throw after that technical foul on Andre Drummond, which would have put us up by 3 instead of them tying it up. I mean, it would have changed the entire game, and I can't sit here and crush J.J. Redick because he's been absolutely outstanding for us. It was just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the drive to the basket. It's like the sea opened up and it was just a big opening and a big lane to drive for Blake Griffin. And Robert Covington comes over and fouls him. Put his body out there. The phone line is open, 856-442-9805. If you would like to call in, rant about this Sixers loss or be optimistic. Do you feel like we're going to be okay? Obviously, we're only 4 games in. We're 2-2. We don't know if Ben Simmons is playing tomorrow against the Bucks. Boys, we also had insane Sixers news. I'm sorry. Insane Eagles news today. Derek Barnett out for the season. Right now, it seems like Philadelphia sports is on a whole nother level. Seriously, that's what it feels like. So the overtime, being down 6 in overtime is a good bounce back. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, what's up, Brodes?
Yeah, what's up?
Can we talk about the Eagles?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I haven't gotten to hear your thoughts on why they've been struggling. But for me, it comes down to 2 things. I think one is teams have gone to take a whole off season to look at the Wentz and his tendencies and so on and so forth. And others, I just think they're struggling to handle the pressure of being defending champs. Like last year, they were, they had a chip on their shoulder. They had things to prove. And this year, they're getting the other team's best efforts, and they have to, defend themselves. And I just think, I don't know how they're going to handle it. I think Doug is a little too comfortable. I don't know if they can turn it around. What do you think?
No, I mean, it's obvious that it's hard to go back-to-back because, I mean, it just doesn't happen. So there's a reason why that is. There's some sort of physical and mental reason why that doesn't happen often. But, I mean, I think there's a lot of things. And what bothers me is, and last game as an example, is we finally actually got our rhythm. And the first 3 quarters, we all sat there and said, damn, this football team is back. Like, those first 3 quarters actually look like last year's team all around. And we were forcing 3 and outs defensively. And then Jim Schwartz just decided to switch it up. And I'm looking at Jim Schwartz right now because, honestly, it's been absolutely pitiful. And Doug Peterson's play calling with the pass to run, but it also comes with, this is just a different team. Like, we don't have Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount right now. We don't have a healthy left tackle that can play. It's just a totally different football team. We don't have the same weapons. So I just think it's all around not just the same team coming back trying to defend the Super Bowl championship. I think it's our defensive coordinators not playing calling well, our coaches in playing calls well, and we're just not healthy and not the same team all around.
You think they need to make a move to jumpstart the team?
I mean, I would love to see them make a move, and there's no doubt I feel like Howie is on the prowl, and obviously we hear the Patrick Peterson noise, which is great because we would have him for more than 1 year. That's why I love it. I think we need more help on offense right now, even though our defense is atrocious. I think we need something offensively to spark it more than we do defensively, but I can see something like a Patrick Peterson move and then maybe like a LaShawn McCoy thing where maybe Howie's trying to do too. I could be very optimistic right now, but I was even thinking, what the hell? Why not just go get Dez Bryant? I mean, honestly, how could that possibly hurt?
Hey, I mean, there's nothing much outside of Alshon.
Right? Like, imagine if we had Patrick Peterson and Dez Bryant get added to this team. I mean, wouldn't we feel a little bit better?
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to give up anything. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why he's not picked up or he's out of shape and all that. But I'm just spitballing ideas. I think we do need to pick something up, and I know for a fact Howie's on the prowl because, I mean, it's Howie. Or I mean, there's a chance. There is a small chance that Howie thinks, you know what, moving a draft pick for someone right now isn't our best move, and we should use these draft picks and have a really insane draft next year. I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, that O-line, Jason Peters getting old, doesn't look the same this year.
Well, he definitely doesn't, but I'll say this. I feel like they have high hopes for Mailata, that 7th-round draft pick, so he honestly might be the future if you know, the whole Vitae thing doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
But
all right, well, thanks for answering.
Absolutely. Have a good one. All right, we mix in a little Eagles on this brutal Sixers loss. Phone lines are open, 856-442-9805. We can talk Derek Barnett, sad news. We can talk Eagles. I'm watching the World Series right now, actually. It's 5-3 Boston. And now we can take phone calls on Sixers or anything. My voice is actually still lost from screaming at my TV about the Eagles. And the second video I made when I was screaming in my car, yeah, that one hurt the voice as well. But, I mean, yeah, we did offer a 2nd-round pick for Amari, which would have been nice. I would have liked that. 1st-round pick is overvaluing, without a doubt. But, I mean, he's a good player. He does drop a lot of footballs. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
What's going on, man? Any night you're live is a good night.
Love it. Thank you so much, man.
No problem. But basically, I just wanted to just put some things out there about the Eagles.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what do you think the root of the issue is? I mean, a lot of people say it's a team thing. A lot of people are coming at Doug. A lot are going at the coordinators, offense or defense. Some say Wentz.
Nah, I don't like the Wentz one, but I understand that elite quarterbacks come up clutch. Like Aaron Rodgers is on the 22-yard line with that amount of time left. You have every right in your mind that he's going to do that. And same with Tom Brady.
100%.
So I get that, and he failed. But, I mean, he was 30 for 37, I believe, at the end of the day. And I want to say, my initial reaction to this is Jim Schwartz, but when I actually think about it and break it down, it's got to be Doug Peterson because he oversees it all. So if he doesn't like what Jim Schwartz is doing coverage-wise, he needs to look at him and say, Jim, what the hell are you doing? We're being too soft. I mean, that's the thing. And people want to say 17 points isn't good enough to win you a football game, but if the score was 37 to whatever, 20, and we scored 37 points, but we still had a 17-point lead and blew it. A 17-point lead is a 17-point lead. So, I mean, I have to look at this defense. Even though I know our offense isn't doing tremendous points-wise, we see a little bit more flow out of everyone. And I got to look at our defensive side, but that still falls on Doug Peterson because he oversees it all. That's my answer.
Right. And I totally understand what you're saying completely. Yeah. And I feel like there's stats to say it's the defense's fault, and there's also stats to say it's the offense's fault.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But, I really think this is kind of on Doug Peterson. I don't know if you've noticed, but he has been a completely different person ever since we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
His personality has been, I have no idea what happens, like, at all. He turned into, like, some, like, stone cold, I don't even know how to explain it.
But
I mean, that's what
personally,
happens, right? I mean, that's what you get confident, you get a little cocky, and I guess that's what happens. You
right,
write your
you start
book.
trading books.
Yeah, you go on your book tours during training camp. I mean, that's the stuff that happens.
Right. I mean, and one last thing before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Personally, Mike Groh, I just don't think he has. He's not the it factor.
He,
you know what I mean? Like
stinks.
Frank Reich, any day.
Yeah, I know, but see,
honestly, I think
I hate this argument that the only thing that bothers me about Frank Reich and DiFilippo, they were both the man, or both the men, or whatever. But what that says is Doug Peterson's not the guy. If Frank Reich and DiFilippo were the answers, that means Doug Peterson is actually a nobody, and now we're really screwed then.
Right. And then Doug Peterson's Andy Reid.
Exactly. But I do think that they had a big time part in our success last year, without a doubt. Because who's Mike? I mean, Mike Groh is just flying under the radar of he gets no crude. I don't know. He's not getting criticized at all.
I don't know how he isn't getting it, honestly.
Well, I guess
especially from going from a wide receiver coach, which I get it. You got to start somewhere, but
right.
And I think I'm on this Jordan Howard train.
You're on the what trade?
Jordan Howard.
Oh, well, I'm
on the train for him.
Yeah, man, I'd be down for that. We need some sort of noise, whether it's Patrick Peterson, LaShawn McCoy, and honestly, anyone at this point needs to spark it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm all for saving the draft picks and just moving somebody.
Yeah, I'm
like
down
even
with that.
Brandon Graham,
Dude, I agree. See, we're not going to re-sign him anyway, but at the same time, he's a key piece, especially now with Derek Barnett out. We need more. We need as many guys as we can. So who knows?
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for the support. All right, we're moving on to some Eagles. Call in with any topic you want. We're going Sixers. We're going Eagles. We're going anything you'd like tonight. 856-442-9805. The Sixers with a brutal loss at not at home, thank God. On the road. Blake Griffin dropping 50. Oh, that was disturbing. I hated that face. He was a hate the face tonight. Oh. The Eagles. Derek Barnett goes out. It's all crazy right now. It's all crazy. The Flyers stink. The Flyers suck. Oh. Yeah, you talk about Jernigan. I mean, that was a big piece. We're missing some pass rushers. And the problem is we don't have a great pass rush right now. Which is ridiculous to think. Why don't we? Why don't we with Fletcher Cox? Why don't we with Brandon Graham? Michael Bennett has been solid. He should have way more sacks than he does, but there's so many flags on his plays. What is the issue right now? What do we do? How do we find a way as the Dodgers have two men on with one out in the top of the seventh, down 5-3? This has been an actually very entertaining game for a pitching duel. I hated that last play. I see the chat talking about the last play against Blake Griffin. I just don't understand how it can open up like that. It just opened up and you can see it. You can see it happen in slow-mo. How? How does that happen? How does Markelle Fultz not play more minutes? Oh, man. We are on a tough week here in Philly. 856-442-9805. A tough week here in Philly. It makes me sick, boys. It makes me sick. We got to find a way. See, the good thing with this is we play tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, Milwaukee. I want to see Ben Simmons. Yeah, my heart dropped as well. My heart dropped when I saw the and one go in. But a little bit of me thought, this guy hasn't made a free throw all night. This guy has not made a free throw all night long. So I thought he was going to clank it. We were going to grab the rebound, and JJ would heave it up from 3. I was wrong. He sank the free throw, and the rest was history. I mean, the good thing for basketball is it hurts, but there's 82 games, and we're going to be okay. But I want to take advantage of these opportunities. We need the wins. Are we getting played about Ben Simmons? I mean, how serious could this injury be? Is this injury way more serious than we thought? Phone line's open. Call in. I want to hear your thoughts on the Sixers, on the Eagles. I don't, honestly, the Sixers are going to be okay without a doubt as long as Ben Simmons' injury isn't that bad. But the Eagles, I honestly don't know. Talking about Zahir Smith in the chat, he won't be back until Christmas, the earliest. See, the Greek Freak is going to go off tomorrow. Who's going to be able to defend him? It's a good question. It's a good question. It's fair. What are we going to have to put on him? Dario? He's not the most athletic. Robert Covington is the answer. Robert Covington is going to be on the Greek Freak probably tomorrow. Yeah, Wilson's injury was not that bad of an injury. I didn't even think it would take him this long to come back. Mike Muscala, who got some playing time today, it was his first game as a Sixer. We saw him come off the bench, and he had a nice block early, actually. He can stroke it from 3, so he's going to be a nice piece to come off the bench. That's what I'm saying, talking about the Sixers medical staff. I think that there's a bigger issue than we probably expect. Uh-oh. Grandal, 3-0 count. Are they going to load the bases? Sorry, getting distracted here on the World Series. Who puts it in the strike zone? See, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for how serious this Ben Simmons problem is. I really am. We got Call of Duty in the chat. I'm feeling Call of Duty right now, but we got to discuss the Sixers first. Call of Duty's for after the stream. Call in at 856-442-9805 as the bases get loaded in the top of the 7th. We need a Lou Will. I mean, dude, J.J. Redick comes off the bench for us, right? So, J.J. Redick can provide... can provide that. Landry coming off the bench. See, Landry got his first start tonight, and he didn't look good. Now, Landry had a terrible night tonight starting. And I know he's young, but I think he's going to be a killer, especially with the way that he can work with J.J. Redick, because we know his veteran leadership. He's going to be nasty. He can stroke the ball without a doubt. But we just need to see it happen. I don't want the words to keep popping up on my face. Oh, no. Pop out? Is that going to score a run? How about that? Sorry, I got. Who do I want to win the World Series? I don't care. I'm just here for a good series. But the Dodgers just cut into the lead. It's now 5-4. But I don't care. Although I do, but I don't. I care about the Sixers. Yeah, Ish Smith tonight. I mean, really? I can't get over the way Blake Griffin brought the ball up and was their number one guy. He was literally making it all happen tonight, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand seeing his face dribbling up the ball. Oh, it was brutal. It makes me sick to my stomach. Oh. I mean, how? How do we allow that to happen? I can't get over the opportunities we had late in this ballgame. Embiid with 55 seconds left. I mean, Blake Griffin isn't that good, but he's added a lot to his game as a big man. Yeah, but 50 points is unacceptable. But, I mean, could Dario Saric really defend him? Could Dario Saric actually defend him athletically? No, I mean, he can't. He doesn't have that. Amir Johnson, he slimmed down. This is Amir Johnson slimming down. Joel Embiid with 55 seconds left turned the ball over and got a foul. Sometimes you can see him when he gets tired. He gets, like, his body's all over the place when he's down low, posting people up. Markelle Fultz. Yeah, I mean, listen, that Pistons team, which you forget, is coached now by Dwayne Casey, who was the coach of the year, and now they're 3-0 on the season. And those two big guys clearly were an issue for us defending. I mean, we couldn't stop, especially when Andre Drummond in at the same time. We struggled. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, what's up, Brodes? I was on the line earlier, but I just forgot to talk about the Panthers game. I just wanted to say that I think that game is all on Jim Schwartz. I mean, I know they played well through 3 quarters of the defense, and I know the offense got conservative at the end. But, I mean, what happened in that fourth quarter is unacceptable. I mean, you got Ronald Darby getting beat on double moves by Devin Funchess wide open in the end zone. I mean, when you're up 2 possessions, you got to keep the defense in front of you. You can't let them have easy, fast scores. You got to let them take time off the clock, especially on Cam Newton. I mean,
yeah.
It's not even like this defense is bad. I mean, they have some good players. I think something's going on. Jim Schwartz needs to step up his game.
Yeah,
I don't know what you think about that.
No, listen, you're not wrong at all. And the double move, he did get beat. And the issue, actually, all quarter long was playing too soft and allowing them to catch so many balls in front of them. But the thing is, when you look at their plays and how it wasn't anything crazy, but they were getting 8 yards, 9 yards, 15 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards, consistently, play after play, and that adds up, and their drive totals was insane. It was like 4 minutes for the first touchdown drive, then it was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, then the last one was a minute. I mean, it's just crazy. It was the biggest breakdown ever. I mean, it was that bad of a breakdown. But it was brought up today on sports radio when I was listening that, you know, it is on Jim Schwartz because that was a brutal game plan. But doesn't Doug Peterson oversee everyone? When is it Doug Peterson's job to go up to Jim and say, what the hell are we doing? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like yeah. I'm full on board on Jim Schwartz's fault. Like, if you ask me, number one, what was the issue in that game? Jim Schwartz's game plan when he switched it up in the fourth quarter is my number one answer. But then I think about it, and when does Doug Peterson step up and say, Jim, what the hell are you doing?
I feel it. I mean, whatever was going on there, someone has to tell the player. I mean, because you can see the Panthers adjusted. I mean, Cam was gone to a rhythm. You have to change something up. You can't just keep letting them kill you the whole fourth quarter. It doesn't help that, you know, the offense is stagnant, going 3 and out. I mean,
it was
fourth quarter was a disaster.
This is why it bothers me. Because we get a big-time win against the Giants and a pretty demanding win against a crap team. But we put together 3 quarters of a game like that. And if we continue that through the fourth, that's another full game of consistent, good football. And then we have a chance to beat down on the Jags, who is struggling big time, playing that way. And if we win that game and go into the bye, that's the role we're talking about. That's everything we were looking for. And now that ruined everything, and I mean, it could just be that bad of a loss where it just makes it go the other way.
Yeah, I mean, well, on the bright side, I mean, the division's wide open. I know you got the Redskins up there, but
yeah, I know.
How good they
everyone keeps talking about that, and it is, every time I keep mentioning it, it is true. Like, at the end of the day, this division is ass. But that doesn't make me feel any better. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to actually come down to Week 17. And it's going to come down to the last game of the season to a 9-7 division win. And, you know, I don't know if that makes me feel good. Because there would be a difference if we were playing good football and losing games. Like, that would make me feel good. Better than this. If we were playing good football, but our heart was getting ripped out because it was like a battle and we're both throwing haymakers. But this is just like hideous losing. And there's a difference.
Yeah, I know. All I know is that I think the defense needs to get cleaned up because they've got some. I know it's not maybe the Packers in the same as last year, but they've got some good players back there. There's no reason they should be blowing 17-point leads in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no.
I don't know who that. I don't know who you put that on. I don't know who you put that on, Doug Schwartz, whoever you want to, but.
Yeah,
that cannot happen again.
It's unacceptable, and I brought it up before. But the people that talk about the 17 points isn't enough. But if it's 37-20 and we blow the lead, we put up 37 points and still blew a 17-point lead. It doesn't matter. A 17-point lead is it. That's the difference. So,
yep.
All right, man. Thank you for the second call. I'm all down for that.
All right, no problem.
All right, man. Have a good one. Whew. I just remembered how bad that Eagles loss was. I'm having like PTSD, if that's a thing, thinking about it. I'm on a Twitter rampage this week. Phone lines are open, by the way. 856-442-9805. I'm on a Twitter rampage this week using the hashtag Negadelphia Week because that's just the way it is this week. It is. There's no denying it. When it rains, it actually does pour. The Flyers suck. The Eagles have heartbreaking losses. Derek Barnett's out for the season. The Sixers have a miraculous J.J. Redick 4-point play to put us in the lead for a defensive breakdown on the other side and to watch Blake Griffin drop 50 points in our faces. Oh, and it rains, it pours. So it's Negadelphia week on Twitter. It is. Phone lines are open if you would like to climb in and talk some Sixers basketball. I think we'll bounce back. I think we'll bounce back, and I wonder how much criticism Brett Brown is going to take after this game. Because he went for his TJ, and we lost. Did he play bad? No, I don't think so. But he went with the guy he trusted the most, and it didn't work out. So what does Brett Brown do? Does Brett Brown say, you know what? It didn't work. My plan didn't work with TJ McConnell. We'll live. We'll let Fultz give it a go tomorrow and see what happens in Milwaukee. I think that's fair. What bothers me is the dude played good tonight. So what does that tell him? What does that tell Brett Brown? Or I'm sorry, what does that tell Markelle Fultz as he's sitting on the bench? Did I play good enough? Did I do a good enough job? What do I need to do to prove to my coach that we can get more? I mean, these are the questions that are running through a kid's head who struggled mentally throughout last season. It's just a shame because I think the kid played good enough to get more time tonight. 21 minutes without Ben Simmons. I mean, that is a factor without Ben Simmons. So what more does he need to do? Phone lines are open if you would like to get in. I'm thinking this team needs to allow Markelle to play a little bit more. He's going to get some criticism tomorrow, and I think he deserves it. At the end of the day, we lose. Yes, absolutely. Ben Simmons on the court changed the game. He is a triple-double threat consistently every single time he is on the basketball floor. So yeah, of course, Ben Simmons, and defensively too, he's a beast. You add a MVP-like player back to his team, and that's going to change the outcome of the basketball game. But guess what? We didn't have it. We didn't have it tonight. But we had Markelle Fultz running the ball up, and he had a couple assists. He had a couple boards. He hit a three-pointer. He had one block shot off the backboard. He took a nice couple steps to the basket when there were two men on him, and he put it up. I just don't see why he didn't get more than 21 minutes. It's mind-boggling to me. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, Brodes.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, are you on?
I am.
Okay, yeah. I just want to talk about the lack of Markelle Fultz playing time tonight.
Yeah, man. Hit me.
I mean, I thought I wasn't even watching the game. I was actually at work listening on the radio, but it seemed like he was getting, in a groove. He had 9 points early, and then it seemed like his minutes cut off, in the second half, and then they kind of just went with TJ from the fourth quarter to overtime.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. I mean, Markelle got into a rhythm early. He was dribbling the ball up. He looked smooth. He had a couple really nice takes to the basket. He was taking his. He started off with that mid-range jumper that he really likes coming off of a screen. I mean, he looked smooth out there. He had a wide open three. He didn't hesitate. And sometimes when he shoots, it still kind of looks ugly, but it goes in. It didn't look that way with this jumper. It actually had some sort of smoother stroke to it. And he had a nice slam dunk. He had a pinned block on a nice defensive play. And yeah, with 21 minutes, that's all he played tonight without Ben Simmons. And that bothers me.
Yeah, he should definitely be taking advantage of Ben Simmons being out of the lineup. You would expect him to be able to take over the offense a little bit more rather than TJ. You're starting him, giving him, the starting nod, and then basically saying, you can start but you can't finish when we need somebody to be a finisher.
Yeah, and let's be real. TJ McConnell's we love his hustle, we love his grit, we love all that.
Definitely.
But he's not going to put us at the next level of what we need in the playoffs and moving forward, and Markelle Fultz is. it's a comfort thing for Brett Brown. He's trying to get wins. He trusts TJ more out there than he does Markelle, obviously. And,
right.
I mean, he's going to definitely get some criticism if this continues because it's unacceptable.
Well, he said it himself. There's going to be growing pains. We can't expect to go 20-5, the first 25 games. Especially if we're trying to, get Markelle Fultz going, get his confidence up, and get him, used to NBA, type gameplay,
Yeah, no, I agree with that, but it's like he's letting him play for the first half, and then he's just like, nope. Like, I feel like if it was, 5 minutes each quarter and it was consistent, maybe there's a different vibe to it for his 20 minutes. But this is like, hey, you can play here, but when the game gets to the point where it matters, you're just going to be on the bench. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of weird vibe to it.
I mean, I think, obviously Brett Brown has more confidence in TJ McConnell at this point, but if you want Fultz to gain that confidence and you want him to grow and mature as a player, you got to give him, those opportunities to make mistakes and learn and get better as a player, and that's what we all want to see.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that, I'm hoping, at least, you got to think at some point the transition will come where Fultz is going to be the guy. But maybe he sees more than we do in practice and all that, because from what I saw tonight, though, he deserved a little bit more than 21 minutes.
I'm sorry, what's that? The last part.
No, from what I saw tonight, I think he deserved more than 21 minutes tonight.
Oh, Fultz did?
Yeah.
So you're saying he didn't play well? You're saying
no. I'm saying he did deserve more. He deserved more than 21.
Oh, he deserved more. Okay. Yeah. And that's what I saw from what I heard on the radio. It seemed like and then he hit a 3-pointer again, which was good to see. I mean.
Yeah, no hesitation either. I mean, he got it in his pocket and he let it fly instantly, and it was nice looking. But I appreciate the call, man. Hopefully, Brett Brown comes up with a better game plan tomorrow night. Maybe we'll see him some more minutes.
Yeah, man. Who do they play tomorrow? Do you know?
They play Milwaukee in Milwaukee, 9:00 ESPN.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to that, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the phone call. All right, a lot of people believe that Markelle Fultz should be playing more. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes. Oh, we got a hang up. Call back if you didn't mean to do that. The line is open. Oh, it's a 9:30 game tomorrow? How about that? That would have been early. I'm a pregame guy. The lines are open. 856-442-9805. What happened? What's going on Twitter right now? Oh, I thought something big happened. Yeah, listen, a lot of fans are upset with Brett Brown right now. Phone line's open if you want to climb in. I would love to talk about the Fultz situation. If you want to go Eagles, that's cool with me. Hell, if you want to even talk about the disgraceful Philadelphia Flyers, we're on board. We're on board for it all tonight. I can't stop picturing that drive to the basket. Just can't. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Yeah, what's going on? It's me again. Sorry for the second call.
No, man, that's cool. I'm down with it.
So, I watched a lot of Colin Cowherd, and, I watch The Fanatic on TV a lot, like when it's on and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
So I've heard a couple times of, originally it's excuse me, Ben Simmons, it's a possibility that at some point in his career he's going to want to play in L.A. because he's just an L.A. guy or something. And then, you got the drama between, or not between, but with Fultz. And I wanted to know, is it concerning to you, the progress of the team so far, especially with Brett Brown saying, he's star hunting, or if not star hunting, then star creating or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, listen, that was bad. I mean, to come out and say, this is what we're going to do this offseason, we're going to get a star, we're going to get this, and we strike out on Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James, yeah, it doesn't look good. And am I afraid that Ben Simmons might leave us at one point? Maybe. I mean, you got to think he's going to be restricted in the beginning, and I don't know. Is he going to leave us eventually? Yeah, I don't know. Is there a vibe It seems that way. You look at someone like, I'll put it in perspective of Joel Embiid. Can you see Joel Embiid leaving this city? Because I can't imagine it, right? He embraces it.
Yeah,
he loves it. But you don't get that feel out of Ben. It's not that he hates us or anything, but if we don't get things going and it doesn't look so smooth, then I mean, it's a possibility he leaves us.
Right, and I kind of just compare their actions and their emotions towards kind of like how the Eagles were last year, and it doesn't seem they're as close knit or tight knit as as other high level championship teams are. And I know it's a different sport and everything, and I totally agree about Joel, but like with Markelle and Simmons, it's something just seems like.
Are you saying culture wise, like locker room wise?
Culture.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Well, the one counter to that, just because like I want to believe that you're right, is JJ Redick stayed here for a reason, right? I mean, he loves it here. He loved the locker room, and I think maybe just because it's early in the season, sometimes you got to get that vibe back. But if you said this last year, I would have been like, you're absolutely crazy. Because at the end of last season, you felt that family love between this team, and maybe just because it's early in the season and we saw them last year in the playoffs. As the season progresses and it creates its own story, maybe you'll feel it again a little bit more. Did you feel that way last year in the playoffs, that they had some sort of connection more than they do now?
Right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe because it's just the beginning of the season. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate to hopefully make myself believe that I'm right.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I don't want it to seem like, the sky's falling or like the world's ending or anything, but sometimes I feel like, do these guys kind of lose their morale a little bit if they're seeing, especially with like now it's like a TJ versus Markelle thing, and Markel's upset in his interview. It's like,
if anything, I'm thinking maybe it's because they realize that Boston's a really, really high task, and maybe they think, oh shit, we're screwed. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's possible.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. Wait, did you say that Markelle Fultz was pissed in an interview, or did I miss that, or are you just saying what if?
Yeah, the one somebody commented on the live chat, and I went and looked at the video. Yeah.
He was actually pissed.
He's visibly, yeah.
Oh,
not pissed, but he's more just kind of like
disappointed.
In the dumps a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, which is a good thing though. We want him to be upset, right? I mean, that shows that he thinks that he deserves more. Yeah, which is fair. But all right, man. Thanks for the call.
Again, thanks for taking my call, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one. Wow, Markelle Fultz is a little upset tonight, huh? Interesting. I mean, I think he has a valid point. He played a good game tonight. He played a good game tonight. Ish was killing him. Ish Smith. What a classic name drop here in Philadelphia. What's going on, chat? What a classic name. The phone lines are open at 856-442-9805 if you would like to call in on the Sixers, on the Markelle Fultz, Brett Brown situation. Eagles. Derek Barnett, sobbing over here. Yeah, well, I mean, you talk about the lack of defense. We have Robert Covington. He's first team on defense. We shouldn't have that issue. See, if Fultz is pissed off, you're right. If Fultz is pissed off and he goes out and balls the first half, I want to see it. I want to see him go out there and just ball tomorrow in the first half to the point where he just can't get taken out. Well, they want JJ to come off the bench. I see in the chat that JJ needs more playing time. They want him to be the sixth man off the bench to give that bench scoring, because they think they can score with our starting five. We need that scoring depth off the bench. The phone lines are open if you would like to call in and discuss this. You think Dario needs to get moved to the bench? Yeah, I mean, I don't. The only thing that hurts Dario is his lack of athleticism. You can see he's a little bit tired, and maybe he did a little too much so far before the season, prior to the season. Maybe that's an issue. But Dario has not been the most successful. Now, you could see it in his legs. You could see it when he's taking a jump shot. It's been a little bit ugly. It hasn't been smooth. He looks a little tired. But he did have that big steal when Blake Griffin was coming up the floor trying to dribble the ball and take it hard to the hoop. Dario took those cookies. You think Landry should start again tomorrow. He needs the experience. I honestly think it was that bad of a start for him, to the point where maybe you don't rock with him. But who else would you go? I think you're undervaluing what Dario brings to the table after 4 games of a tough start. Wilson Chandler, I don't know if that's the starting move. You think Dario was battling Blake? Let's be real. Dario Saric is not he's not an athletic player. So when you put someone on like that size and that physical ability, you can't ask Dario to stop him. And especially with Amir Johnson slimming down this offseason, it's just that we had no one who can actually match up with him. The only person was Embiid, who was in foul trouble early, and that allowed Blake Griffin to get on a roll. But regardless, he's kind of with Andre Drummond at times. They have 2 big men, and we didn't have anyone to guard them. That was the issue. So the phone line's open at 856-442-9805. We are 1 hour in. This is where I believe I'm going to end it, unless someone wants to call in and give it a nice roundup. But I like the 1 hour thing tonight. If you would like to call in for the last caller of the day, feel free, as we are closing up here on the Sixers post-game show tonight. 856-442-9805. If I don't get a phone call within the next minute or so, I'm going to end it here. And we'll be back tomorrow, of course, with a Sixers back-to-back that we have tomorrow night. Welcome to Sports Talk with Brodes.
Hey, Brodes, I'm going to change the subject to the Eagles real quick. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Yeah, so one, I guess this is kind of a random thing to talk about, and I'm just hearing no blame for him, is Jake Elliott. He's missing these inside 40 yards. So this past week against the Panthers is a 36-yarder that we would have won the game had he made that. And yep. I know it was windy and all that, but then you go to week 2, I think it was, against the Buccaneers. He had a 47, which wasn't even close. It was wide right. And had he made that, I remember we had a chance later in the game where it would have been, 55 yards. He would have been able to tie it. It's just frustrating how people still want to, defend him. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's he made the 61 last year, and we love him for that, but I'm kind of getting the short leash with him at this point.
Yeah, no, it's getting to the point where it's going unnoticed because there's other flaws and big flaws, like giving up a 17-point lead. But yeah, no, it's been ugly out of him without a doubt. And I'm sorry, I got distracted by the 3-run home run in the World Series.
Who hit it?
Nunez, Boston. You hate to see it, you really do. But anyway,
he killed a 15-play, 8-minute drive with a missed 36. That.
Yeah, no, that is unacceptable. That was such a good drive in the beginning of the game too.
It was awesome,
smooth, drive. And yeah, you can't miss it. It definitely is hurting us, and there should be some sort of competition. But in reality, do we have anybody else?
Yeah, no.
Kickers come and go in this league without a doubt. But you're right. But it goes unnoticed because of other flaws, like Doug Peterson's play calling past the run and everything else.
Mm-hmm. I just never see criticism for it, and it just shocks me, the way Philly fans are with a short leash, and I still don't see anything for Jake Elliott. It's just shocking.
Yeah, no, it is just because there's such bigger issues, but it is an issue because he nails that field goal. It just changes the whole entire complexity of the game. It really does. But all right, man, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good one. Jake Elliott. A little upset with Jake Elliott. As we should be. That was a great drive to start this football game. And it ends just like that. Did I see you in the stream? Are we going to stream again tomorrow night? Yeah, I should. I like to do this post-game stuff. I like to put out my episode and then do an hour live stream of taking live calls. Or instead of doing an episode, I would just straight up, instead of doing a recap video myself, just make this the recap video. I haven't decided. I'm kind of playing around with the live calls, but it seems to be going pretty well, other than the one kid that did some trolling, which I'm sure is going to happen at times. But All right, fellas, I appreciate it tonight. We have a back-to-back tomorrow, so I can see myself doing this again tomorrow without a doubt. Keep an eye out on the alert, and hopefully we get a W, because tonight was tough without a doubt. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. I love the support. It really does mean the world to me. And go Eagles, go Sixers, go Flyers. And I don't even want to talk about the Phillies. See you guys next time.